Today I'm recording pop vocals with my Focusrite Scarlett, and the finished results sound like this.
But you're emotionally unavailable. Baby, one of you and me, that you're incapable. You're la da 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 da. Oh la da 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 da. Oh la da 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 da.
My name's KARRA, and welcome to my home studio. I know what you're thinking. Is that a blue Focusrite Scarlett? Why, yes. Yes, it is. It's actually the limited edition Anniversary Blue Scarlett. Focusrite just celebrated 40 years of audio excellence that dates all the way back to the royal blue recording consoles and legendary preamps of the 1980s, originally designed by Rupert Neve. But today's not a history lesson, it's a recording session, because we're recording pop vocals from scratch in Ableton and mixing them with plugins bundled with Scarlett. The 2i2 4th Gen features inputs for USB-C, dedicated power supply, studio monitors, and 2 microphones. Everything can be controlled with the knobs on the front. But my favorite way to use Scarlett is with the Focusrite Control 2 app. Let's connect our headphones and set the perfect mic levels. I'm using the Audio-Technica ATH M50X headphones, Neumann TLM49 as my main vocal mic, and the Focusrite Scarlett mic behind my desk, capturing the ASMR and ambiance for this tutorial. I'm recording and mixing 100% in the box, which means I'm not using any of the analog gear in my desk. Both condenser mics require 48 volts phantom power, and about 55% gain as a starting point. Enable direct monitoring to hear yourself in your headphones latency-free. Then enable Focusrite's signature air button.
You're emotionally unavailable.
To add a pleasing saturation and EQ processing to your mic input that sounds amazing on vocals. I like to sing vocal warm-ups as I set my gain, and I want to hear my vocal mic in my headphones.
I'm trying to take
But I don't need to hear mic 2, so I'm going to mute it in the Focusrite Control 2 app.
Get hurt if I'm not careful.
And check my levels for my second mic.
Yeah, you're only focused on yourself. You got one life to live, yeah.
Now that we've got the clean part of our headphone mix covered, let's open up the Ableton session for my instrumental. I like to reduce the master output level and the metronome level before I record, so it doesn't overpower my headphone mix. The teal volume control is your master output, and the blue volume is your metronome levels.
I'm trying to take this to the next level. I know I might get hurt if I'm
Before you
not
record your first take, it's always good to double check your
careful.
levels.
Been down this road before. Won't you meet me halfway? I could tell you want something more, and you always say, say.
My KARRA vocal template gives you quick access to all my chains and vocal channels in 2 clicks. My template is made of 100% stock Ableton effects, but we're going to swap a lot of these out for plugins from Focusrite's included Hitmaker expansion for a more analog sound. But more on that later, because the only plugin we need to edit before we record is Auto-Tune Access. This is the basic auto-tune that comes with your Focusrite. So I'm going to set my key and copy it onto every track as the first plugin in the chain. Last, I want to create a reverb for my headphone mix only. This helps my singing feel smoother while I record. So I'm going to add an audio track, add any reverb plugin at 100%, pull down the track volume and set the track monitoring to in, and you've got a reverb for your 0 latency headphone mix.
Baby, what do you mean that you're incapable? Da, 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 da.
Let's record some vocals.
I'm trying to take this to the next level. I know I might get hurt if I'm not careful.
The preamps and converters in the Focusrite Scarlett 4th Gen sound insanely good for an interface that costs under $250.
I can tell you want something more, but you always say that you're emotionally unavailable.
I like to record everything multiple times and edit together a perfect vocal from the best bits of each take.
Your mind is always somewhere else, got nothing left to give, yeah. You're only focused on yourself, you got one life to live, yeah. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Oh, la da 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 da. Oh, la da 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 da. Why try so hard to get so detached when it's so obvious you're attached? And we've been down this road before. Won't you meet me halfway? Why do you get so insecure?
Instead of copying and pasting the same hook, I change the melody a bit each time so it feels unique.
Emotionally unavailable. Baby, one of you and me, that you're incapable. Your mind is always somewhere else, got nothing left to give, yeah. You're only focused on yourself, you got one left to live, yeah.
I like to go through and record all the lead vocals as a guide for the rest of my stacks and harmonies. Hearing your takes through a finished sounding template in Auto-Tune makes it easier to choose your best vocal takes as your edit. And I gotta say, that Scarlett definitely looks nice in blue. All my lead vocals are recorded, comped, and edited, so let's begin stacking my voice with some doubles.
Da 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 da.
These follow the lead melody exactly, but I record everything twice and pan them left and right.
Da 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 da. Oh, la da 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 da. Oh, la da da.
Then things start to get fun, with high octaves and low octaves to thicken the main melody.
La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Oh, la da 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 da. Oh, la da 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 da.
Sometimes I like to layer every word, and other times I like to emphasize specific words only.
Why try so hard to get so detached when it's so obvious you're attached?
You know I gotta hit him with the harmonies.
Been down this road before. Won't you meet me halfway? Why do you get so insecure?
And record everything twice, just like the doubles.
And we've been down this road before. Won't you meet me halfway? Why do you get so insecure?
For a nice wide acapella.
Before, won't you meet me halfway? Why do you get so insecure? When you always say that.
But we're not done yet. Let's layer in some background vocals
Unavailable.
and stack them nice and thick with harmonies.
That you're incapable. Your mind is always somewhere else, got nothing left to give, yeah. You're only focused on yourself, you got one left to live, yeah.
And all together, it sounds like this.
Your mind is always somewhere else, got nothing left to give, yeah. You're only focused on yourself, you got one left to live, yeah. Why try so
The final layer I record in my acapella is Adlibs.
yeah. When it's so obvious you're
These have their own unique voice, personality, and effects chain,
this road before.
which we'll talk about later.
Meet me halfway. You get so insecure. You always say that. You're emotionally unavailable. Baby, one of you and me, that you're incapable. Your mind is always somewhere.
Adlibs are a great time to improvise and explore tones of voice you didn't already use in the main vocals. Or go crazy and let your vocal skills shine. They can be as simple or complex as you like. But the important part is you record all of your ideas, then choose the best ones later. Now that all my vocals are recorded, I go through everything one final time to add crossfades to all of my clips, reduce loud breaths, and delete empty space for the cleanest possible starting point before we mix. Having my vocal template ready to go in 2 clicks makes it easy to stay in your creative zone. And all my recordings sound clean, consistent, and have professional quality sound through the preamps and converters in Focusrite Scarlett. Speaking of Scarlett, I'm going to open up the Focusrite Control 2 app to mute our mic before we turn our speakers back on. Let's turn up the speaker levels and do some mixing using plugins included with every Focusrite Scarlett 4th Gen.
Unavailable. Baby, what are you me that you're incapable?
First, I want to make my intro vocals feel like an intro by filtering the highs and lows, then boosting the mid-range to cut through extra clear.
Baby, what are you me that you're incapable?
The Focusrite Red EQ and compressor give me that classic analog channel strip vibe that makes lead vocals really pop.
That you're incapable. I'm trying to take this to the next level.
My main lead vocals are processed with Auto-Tune Access, EQ, compression, and LX Essentials Reverb.
Won't you meet me halfway? I could tell you want something more, but you always say that you're a...
These are all industry standard plugins that come with your Focusrite Scarlett in the Hitmaker expansion. My doubles all have panning and auto-tune on the individual channels, but the group processing is where all the real mixing takes place. I've added the Sonox Vox doubler to the chain to maximize the width and group effect in my doubles, plus some saturation, de-essing, and LX Essentials Reverb for space and brightness.
So hard to get so detached when it's so obvious you're attached.
My favorite part of mixing vocals in Ableton is using audio effect racks to set up a custom collection of effects to process my doubles. In this section, I'm using reverb, half-note delay, and Vox double for thickness.
Always say that you're emotionally unavailable. Baby, what do you mean that you're...
And this vocal is definitely dripping in thickness.
Your mind is always somewhere else, God.
The icing on the cake is my Adlib effects, which are filtered and EQ'd similarly to the intro vocals. But Adlibs get way more auto-tune, reverb, and delay. Altogether, this acapella is sounding super saucy. So let's finalize our track by gluing the vocals together with the beat using my personal master chain for Ozone 12. Simply copy and paste my preset into your isotope folder in Documents to have it appear in the Custom tab as a shortcut.
Why try so hard to get so detached?
This gives you my favorite layout of multiband dynamics, EQ, low frequencies, imaging, and limiting.
Before, won't you meet me halfway? Why do you get so insecure when you always say that you're a...
The first thing I adjust is my input gain to make sure I have the perfect amount of headroom going into my master chain.
Baby, what do you mean that you're incapable? Your mind is always somewhere else, got nothing left to give, yeah. You're only...
To determine my final loudness, I like to play the loudest part of my song and dial in the maximizer gain. For me, it's okay if there's a little bit of clipping on the Ozone input, because if it sounds good, it is good. So now that we've set up our vocal chain, dialed in a perfect headphone mix, recorded all our lead vocals, doubles, harmonies, and stacks, sprinkled some Adlibs on top, processed everything to perfection with Ableton and Focusrite Scarlett included plugins, then tied it all together with a master chain, let's rewind our track to the very beginning and take a listen to my finished song, Unavailable.
emotionally unavailable. Baby, what do you mean that you're incapable? I'm trying to take this to the next level. I know I might get hurt if I'm not careful. And I've been down this road before. Won't you meet me halfway? I could tell you want something more, but you always say that you're emotionally unavailable. Baby, what do you mean that you're incapable? Your mind is always somewhere else, got nothing left to give, yeah. You're only focused on yourself, you got one life to live, yeah. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Oh, la da 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 da. Oh, la da 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 da. Why try so hard to get so detached when it's so obvious you're attached? And we've been down this road before. Won't you meet me halfway? Why do you get so insecure when you always say that you're emotionally unavailable? Baby, what do you mean that you're incapable? Your mind is always somewhere else, got nothing left to give, yeah. You're only focused on yourself, you got one left to live, yeah. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Oh, la da 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 da. Oh, la da 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 da.
So there you have my finished song, recorded and mixed 100% in the box with the Focusrite Scarlett Anniversary Blue Edition audio interface. Having amazing sounding preamps, conversion, processing, and microphone make it easier than ever to achieve professional sounding results with your Scarlett. Plus, the Focusrite Control 2 app gives you instant access to all the most important features while you record, mix, and produce. I'm even recording all the voiceovers in today's tutorial with my Blue Scarlett, and it sounds amazing. It truly makes sense why Scarlett is the best-selling audio device ever made, with over 6 million sold since 2012. If you want to learn more about Focusrite's incredible 40-year history in audio, or get your own limited edition Anniversary Scarlett before they're sold out, I'll include links in the description below, plus links to follow me on Instagram and TikTok for fun behind-the-scenes footage, live stream clips, music videos, and more. Thank you so much for joining me in today's session, and I'll catch you guys next time in another video.